that are happening. Be there now. What do you see, sense, or feel? Daniel, do you feel like you have a body? Daniel, do you sense where you are?
No.
Take a deep breath in and look around you and tell me what is the first impressions that you see, sense, or feel. Where are you?
In a tunnel.
What kind of tunnel?
I don't know. It's like a big underground stone tunnel.
Uh-huh. Is it wet?
Yeah.
Tell me what else you see around you.
High stone walls. Kind of dark.
Do you feel like you're male or female?
I guess I don't really feel anything.
Okay. Do you feel like you're observing or do you feel like you're there? Can you move through this tunnel?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, the more you talk, the more clear it will come to you. So let's just tell me describe to me what you see. Is there light in this tunnel?
There wasn't before, but now there is.
What do you see?
Like tracks in the tunnel.
Uh-huh. Tracks? Like what kind of tracks?
Railway tracks or something.
Are you following them?
Yeah.
Where is it leading to?
It's further into the tunnel.
How do you feel about this place?
It's pretty amazing. I'm kind of impressed by it.
Well, keep describing what you see.
I don't know the words. It's intricate. Seems very old. And there's people, but I can't see them. I don't know. I just know there's people watching something.
Uh-huh. Are you able to look down at your hands and feet and see your hands and feet?
I don't see any hands or feet. No.
Not yet? Okay. That's okay. How do people feel there? Do you feel safe in that place?
Yeah, I do feel safe.
Tell me about the people that you see.
I don't see anybody. I just kind of see shadows and talking.
Okay, good, good. You're doing good. You're acclimating. So the more that you take a deep breath in, and the deeper you go into your relaxation, everything will come clear to you and you'll know where you are and all the answers will come to you. Just keep walking and imagine your spiritual eye opening up, your third eye opening, and everything is clear to you. And tell me everything you see, sense, or feel that's happening around you.
It's like a cobblestone road in the tunnel. There's tracks on the left, and then it's like doorways within doorways on the sides. And every once in a while, I see a shape of somebody in the windows of these doorways, but they don't stay too long.
Do you feel like you're underground?
Yeah.
Does it look normal, like normal tunnels? What's different about these tunnels?
I know they're huge, and there's torches on the sides. And
What are these tunnels for?
they're like transporting people and I guess walking and
Okay. What is it that you're doing there?
just walking.
You're just walking?
Yeah.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
You're not walking with anyone?
No.
Where are you walking to?
Well, I see a golden light coming up.
Okay.
That.
What is this golden light?
I guess it's a city or a town or a temple or something. I'm sure. Yeah.
Do you know where you are?
No, I've never been here before.
No? Well, let's see where you go. Let's see what you're doing there. Let's move along and see what happens. Where are you going from here?
Okay, now I'm going down a hill in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep going down.
Does this feel like a human tunnel?
I don't know, it seems like too big to be a human tunnel. I don't know.
Okay. Beautiful. You're doing really good. Just take a deep breath in and relax. And the deeper you breathe, you'll get deeper and deeper, and the information will come clear, more and more clear to you. You're doing really good. Just keep talking. What do you see?
City lights. Like I'm coming out of the tunnel into this valley, I guess, that's full of lights, and stars or suns, or I don't know what's going on. It's very bright.
What does the area look like? Does it look like Earth?
No,
Landscape. Can you describe the landscape?
it's like a it's like a lake with a big volcano, lots of trees, lots of lights. I don't know if very bright.
Do you know where it is that you're going?
No, I'm just walking. It's gotten very hot too.
Are you able to see your feet yet?
Yeah, I got big feet.
Big feet?
Big,
And what about your hands?
really big hands with like claws or something.
Okay, is there anything on your feet?
Like sandals.
How many toes do you have?
4.
You have 4 toes? Do your feet look human?
Not really, no.
What do they look like? Can you describe it?
They're like hairy and big claws. Hands are like hairy and claws.
How many fingers do you have?
4.
Do you have regular hands and fingers, or do you have like animal paws?
They look like regular, but they're just big and hairy.
How tall do you feel?
They're pretty tall.
How tall would you say?
I don't know, 7, 8 feet.
Mm-hmm. Are you male or female?
A male.
Do you have a name that you go by?
Core.
Gore? What kind of being are you?
I don't know, I guess I'm a giant.
A giant what?
Giant man or something.
Are you a Sasquatch?
I don't know.
Okay, well, imagine you have a spiritual mirror in front of you. Look at the spiritual mirror and look at yourself and tell me, what do you see? What does your face look like?
I don't know. I don't want to look.
You don't want to look? Every being of creation is a beautiful creation. Why would you not want to look?
I got long hair.
Long hair? What color is your hair?
Black.
And your eyes?
Green.
Your eyes are green? Do you have normal teeth or do you have fangs?
Got normal teeth, but they're pretty big.
Okay. Are there any more people like you?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay. Do you feel like you're home?
Yeah.
Can you walk me through and take me to your house and tell me what everything looks like? Can you describe it, what the houses and stuff look like?
Sure.
Beautiful. Take me on a tour. Describe to me. Take me to your house. What do you see?
Houses are huge. They're like have jewels on them. And all the houses are connected to each other.
Are they square houses?
Now they're round.
And what kind of jewels? Where would the jewels be?
All over. They're just, that's why it's so bright, I guess. The sun is just reflecting off there.
Okay. Beautiful. Take me to your house. Where do you live?
I live up this hill. A lot of jewels on the top and basically like two big circles sitting on each other.
Are there windows?
Yeah, there's windows all around.
Are there stairs to get inside?
No, you just kind of just press a button and it opens up.
Okay. Do you know what planet you're on?
Earth.
Okay. Do you know what time period it would be?
This is the present.
Is this a parallel world?
It's just another world in the same Earth, I guess. I'm not sure.
Do you feel like you're in the new Earth?
I have no idea where I am.
Okay, it's okay. So take me to your house. Can we find your house?
Yeah, there's lots of trees and a long path to it. And I'm connected to the other house.
Mm-hmm.
Open up the door here and we'll go inside. It's a leather chair, couch, or something.
What is it made out of?
It's really smooth and comfortable. I don't know.
Is there any other furniture?
a table and some more chairs and bed.
What does the bed look like?
It's very big. All carvings on it, carvings on the wall.
What kind of carvings?
Ships and I don't know, faces and suns, and stars.
Does it mean anything to you?
What I like to do when I'm sitting around.
When you're what?
When I'm sitting around. I guess.
So what are all the chairs for? Do you have company?
I guess, yeah, every once in a while, other people come and visit. And then after a while, I go and visit somebody, and everybody's always visiting people.
Do they do anything special when they come to visit?
We drink out of these bowls.
What do you drink?
I don't know, it's like a steam kind of thing.
Is it like a tea?
Maybe it's like a tea, yeah.
Okay. Do you live alone?
Well, everybody kind of lives with each other, I guess.
How many beds are in your house?
2.
So who else lives with you?
I don't know.
What else do you have in your house? What other stuff do you have inside a house?
It's like a big kitchen. Big table. A lot of chairs.
Okay. Let's close that scene, and we're going to move it along a little bit to a time when you had company over in your house, and you're going to explain all the details that you see, what is happening. So be there now. Do you see the company?
Yeah.
Who's there? Describe them.
Um, a couple, and 2 other big beings, I guess you would call them.
What do they look like?
They look a lot like me, hairy with kind of like big claws, except everybody's wearing, I guess, like a suit, although it's like they're dressed up in all these different cloths, different colors.
Different colors?
Yeah, like their heads are wrapped. These different flowing sort of robes.
Is it very beautiful?
My friend has got something that looks like stars on his. You know,
Are you able to connect with your friend and find out his name?
his name's Urban.
Irvin?
Urban.
Urban? And who is his friend, his couple, his partner?
Just met. I guess they just met.
They just met?
So he's
Yeah.
introducing me to them.
Uh-huh.
And the other is a friend, another friend who knows Urban as well.
What's your other friend's name?
Samuel.
What is it?
Samuel.
Daniel?
Samuel.
Damuel?
No, Samuel.
Oh. I want you to do me a favor and look into the eyes of Samuel and tell me, does he look familiar to you? Do you recognize the soul in Daniel's life now?
I don't know.
Does he seem familiar? If you look into the eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize him?
I don't.
And what about Urban? Do you recognize his eyes? Look into his eyes. Is he anybody in your life now?
Oh, he's kind of a former friend, I guess. I don't know.
A former friend?
Oh, a friend, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Do you recognize him?
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Chris.
Beautiful. Now I want you to look at Urban and see if there's a message he has for you. Are you able to say hello?
Yeah, he seems preoccupied with something. I don't know what.
He's preoccupied. Are you able to connect with anyone and ask him, where are you?
Yeah, they all laughed.
Tell them you would like to know.
They're just laughing at me.
Ask them what's so funny.
Apparently, it's really funny.
Great. Well, you can laugh with them, but see if you can get them to ask you. Ask them, where exactly are you?
So beyond the wall.
Beyond the wall. Can you ask them if you're in the inner earth?
Said no.
Can you ask them what dimension you're in?
I don't know.
Can you ask them if you guys are Sasquatch beings?
think they're a little drunk.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna close that scene and move it a little bit more forward into a time and place where we can find out where you are, where someone can give us some information. Be there now. Look around and tell me where are you?
Out in the country.
Uh-huh. Is this the same life?
No.
It's a different life?
Very hilly country area. Horses. Dirt road.
Look down at your feet, and what do your feet look like?
Like boots on.
Do you feel male or female?
Feel male.
Do you feel old or young?
Yeah.
And what about your hands?
Got gloves on.
Can you tell how many fingers you have?
5.
Okay. And where is it that you are?
It's like I'm out in the country riding a bicycle.
Are you going anywhere?
I'm just going for a ride, it looks like.
Okay. Anything special about that scene?
Very hilly, and I'm going down the hills.
And what do you do from there?
I don't know, I'm just like screaming.
You're screaming? Happy scream or scared scream?
Mostly happy, I think, you know.
How old do you feel?
Kind of like a kid or maybe a teenager.
Okay. All right, let's close that scene. Let's close that scene and move a little bit forward to another time and place in that same life so we can find out what else is going on. Be there now. Tell me, what do you see around you?
It's like I'm in a city, walking down a city street.
Do you feel the same age?
Oh,
How old do you feel?
I don't know, maybe 30s.
Do you have a name that you go by?
Sheila.
What was it?
Sheila.
Sheila? Are you male or female?
Female.
You're female?
Yeah.
And what is it that you're doing?
I'm like late for a job interview.
What kind of job?
A secretary job.
What's the year?
Is it the 30s or the 40s?
Okay. Are you feeling a sense of joy, or do you feel happy?
I guess because I'm feeling like I don't really want the job.
Why not?
I don't know, because I don't really want to work. But
Who do you work for? Who's the job for?
I guess that's why I don't want the job, because the guy doesn't have a good reputation.
Do you end up taking the job?
No,
What do you do?
I never go to the interview.
What do you do instead?
Go to the movies.
Uh-huh. By yourself?
Yeah,
And then what happens? What do you see at the movie?
I don't know. It was like a monster movie, and I left early. I didn't like it.
No? Huh?
I said it was a monster movie, and I didn't like it, so I left.
Where do you live?
I live downtown.
Do you live alone?
No, I live with my family. My
What
aunt,
is your family's last name?
Leibowitz.
What is that?
Leibowitz.
Leowitz?
Leibowitz.
Leibowitz? Is your family a wealthy family?
No,
And where do your family live? What's what what's the name of their place where they live?
I guess it's New York.
What happens to you? Do you live with your family, or do you eventually move out and get a better job? What happens to you? Take me through and tell me what happens.
I guess I decide I don't want to be like everybody else.
Uh-huh. How does that work out for you?
It's that good.
Are you able to be successful on your own?
Well, it took a long time, but I was able to meet a lot of different people and have a lot of different experiences that I would never have if I had stayed where I was.
Did you have any kids?
Ended up having a daughter,
What was her name?
Judy.
Beauty?
Judy.
Judy. And her last name?
I don't know. I didn't know the father that well.
How did you meet the father?
It's like on the beach down south. It was a one-night stand, I guess.
And what do you look like? What color is your skin?
Brown.
What is your ethnic background?
There's some white, but I'm on the brown side.
Are you mixed race?
That's it. I'm mixed.
How do people treat you?
An afterthought.
Have you ever been mistreated in that life, or was it pretty respectable?
I wouldn't, if I was mistreated, I didn't stand for it and I left.
Good. Did anything significant happen to you in that life? That you like to remember?
I guess just the idea of me going my own way was most appealing.
I want to take you to a time, gonna take you to a time when you had your daughter, when you were giving birth to your daughter. I'd like to take you to a time when you're giving birth to your daughter. Be there now and tell me what is happening.
I'm in the hospital.
Are you alone?
Yeah, but the guy said he was gonna be there, but he's not there.
He never showed up? Do you remember his name?
Jim or Joe or something like that.
Do you end up having the baby by yourself?
Yeah.
Take me through the birth. Describe everything that's happening to you.
Well, the doctor and the nurses were very rude to me because I was alone. And they kept saying all kinds of things under their breath. And that made me angry. And I was like, just do your job. And then that's the last thing I remember. And I woke up and there was a baby. I think they gave me some heavy drugs or something. Knocked me out.
Did they do it because you were irritating them?
Yes, they didn't like me at all.
So they drugged you?
Yep.
And what happened to your baby?
Well, baby's fine, and I raised the baby by myself.
Look at your baby. Look into the eyes of your baby and tell me if you recognize that soul.
Yeah.
Who is it?
So why? Looks like.
Looks like Zawadi. Now I want you to go back, just go back a little bit, right before you got pregnant, when you were with Jim or Joe, whatever you know him by. Go back to where you were with him and look into his eyes and tell me if you recognize his soul.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Um,
Who is it?
Pete.
Pete?
Pete. This guy I knew. Just sing a lot. Nice guy. We're sort of friends, I guess.
Is that his name? His name is Pete.
Yeah.
And do you recognize him in your life now?
Yeah, but I haven't seen him in years.
Okay. Beautiful. And what about your daughter? You said you raised her by yourself and everything went well. Did you have any grandchildren from her?
Yes.
How many?
3.
3?
Mhm.
Did you have a good life with your grandchildren?
Yeah. They used to visit all the time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I want to take you to the last day of your breath, the last day in life where you took your last breath. And before you do, I want you to tell me, where are you? And be there now.
Wait, what did you say?
I want you to go to the last day in that life, the last day that you lived in that life as Sheila. Go to the last day of that life before you take your last breath and tell me where you are.
A big house.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Who's around you?
my daughter and my grandkids and her husband. A bunch of friends.
And how do you feel about that moment?
I feel good. I feel like I'm ready.
You ready? Do you want to say I love you and say goodbye to everybody? Is everyone going to be okay with you leaving?
Everybody's crying, especially the grandkids are crying, but no one knows.
Can you let them know that you will always be with them? Do they hear you?
Yeah,
Are they still crying?
not as much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now I'd like you to take your last breath in that life. Take your last breath and tell me what happens. Where do you go from there? Do you go to the light?
Yes.
Describe everything that is happening.
Start floating like a giant soap bubble. floating.
Where do you go?
Up into the sky.
Are you greeted by anyone?
Yes.
Who is there?
Bald-headed guy.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, it says his name is George.
George? Is he your guide?
Yes.
Beautiful. And what does he tell you?
He tells me that they've been expecting me.
And then what is it that you do?
I go into this room. It's well lit. Folks everywhere. People hanging out, talking.
Are they standing or sitting?
A little bit of both.
Beautiful. And what is it that you do here? Do you meet with your council?
Well, not yet. They're just a lot of people just hanging out, talking, and laughing. And you can see into the world what people are doing. And
How do you feel about this?
it was great. I feel like I feel good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So what happens next? What do you do next? How long do you stay in this spot, in this space?
No, not long. Then go down the slide. And down and down and down and end up on the bed.
You're on a deck?
Bed.
You're back on a bed? Do you have the same body?
Yeah.
What are you doing on this bed? Are you going to sleep? Or are you getting some type of healing?
Sleep.
Okay. Is this your home that you're at?
No, it's a hotel.
Oh. Do you feel male or female?
Male.
And how old do you feel?
About 20s.
Do you have a name?
Chester.
What is it that you're doing where you are?
I'm just really tired, I guess, from the day.
What year does it feel like to you?
I don't know, maybe the 90s.
1990s? Do you know what your last name is?
No.
What does your face look like? What color is your hair? What is it?
Red hair.
Red hair? And your eyes? Beautiful. And do you know your last name?
Arthur.
Arthur? Beautiful. And what is it that you're doing in this place? What's significant about it?
So I've been on the road for a while. I'm just taking a break.
What do you do for work?
Salesman.
And what town do you live in? Chester?
Cleveland.
And what color is your skin? Can you look down at your hands and see your what color is your skin?
Brown.
Beautiful. Now let's move it along a little bit to another place and time in the same life where something exciting is happening. Something exciting. Be there now. Tell me what is happening. Take me to another time in your life, Chester, where something is important is happening. Be there now. What do you see around you?
It's like a wedding.
Whose wedding?
Oh. It's my sister's wedding.
Okay. Beautiful. Are you there alone?
No.
Who are you with?
My wife and 2 kids.
What is your wife's name?
Melanie.
And your kids' names?
Christopher. Jonathan.
Beautiful. And tell me, how is your family? Tell me what happens.
Kids don't want to be there. The wedding's kind of long. Ceremony. And I don't really want to be there either. My sister and I are on good terms. But she invited me anyway. So I guess we're there half-heartedly. This is taking forever. The vows taking forever. We flew a long way for it. I guess everybody's cranky.
Do you guys end up having a good time?
We're not having a good time, no. Or did we end up having a good time?
Does it get any better?
Yeah, it gets better. It gets a lot better, actually, because it couldn't get much worse, I guess.
Beautiful. So are you glad that you went?
Well, I did meet somebody at the wedding. And yes and no.
You met someone at the wedding?
My wife wasn't very happy about that.
You met another woman?
She didn't know I was married, and I didn't tell her. And then another. And
So what happens?
she ends up being very upset and grabs the kids and takes off.
At the wedding?
In the morning next day.
Oh. And leaves you there? So what do you do?
I just sit in the hotel room and wonder why I did what I did, I guess.
Do you know why you did what you did? Do you figure it out?
Yeah, I wasn't happy with marriage.
Do you get to see your kids again?
No,
Never?
never.
How old were your kids when she left?
5 or 6.
Did you just say hello to this woman, or was it more than that?
It's a lot more than that.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what happens with you and this woman? Do you end up marrying this new woman, or what happens from here?
No, it just ends up being like a very short affair, I guess.
So what happens to the rest of your life? What do you do? Do you go back home and look for your wife?
Yeah, I ended up going back, and then she wouldn't talk to me. And
Did you see her?
yeah, I saw her a couple times. She didn't talk to me, and then she got like a restraining order or something.
Did you get to see your kids at all?
Nope.
Oh, wow. And what happens to you in that life? How do you live the rest of your life? What do you do?
Got very depressed and started drinking.
Uh-huh.
I guess for what I did, especially since it didn't work out with this woman at the reception.
Uh-huh.
And I feel bad that I left my kids without a dad. And I'm also very mad at my wife for just refusing to talk to me about any of it.
Can you look into your wife's eyes and tell me, look into Melanie's eyes and tell me, do you recognize her soul in this life, as in Daniel's life now?
Yeah.
Who do you see?
Him.
Who?
Him.
Who is that?
My ex-wife.
Him? Okay. And your boys, look into their eyes. Do you recognize their souls?
I don't.
Okay. You've never seen them before?
No.
Okay. Beautiful. So I want to take you to your last day in that life as Chester, and tell me, what do you see around you? Who is there? The last day of your life as Chester, Arthur, who is around you?
It's like my brother. His family.
Is that it?
That's it.
Your wife, Melanie, was she the same skin color as you or different?
It's different.
What was the color of her skin?
Very white.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you to take your last breath, and we're going to move on. We're going to let Chester finish off there. Move on, and float to another time and place. Another time and place. And be there now. Where are you? Can you describe your surroundings?
Guess I've been a salt mine or something.
Uh-huh.
Piles of salt.
What are you doing there?
Walking to one of the workers.
Uh-huh.
Got a clipboard and
Do you feel male or female?
now.
How old?
Like 40s.
And are you in charge of these workers?
Yeah.
And tell me what happens. Tell me what's significant about this scene.
Well, they can't get through this one area. Shopping. Trying to chop into it, into the bank.
Do you look human?
Do I?
Yes. Look down at your feet. Do you feel human? What do you feel?
Yeah.
Can you tell what you look like?
Like a big guy, kind of balding. Weird. Smoke a lot.
Are you a married man?
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
No kids.
Okay. And you're at work right now in charge of these people? So what happens next?
I seem to have stopped working, and I'm wondering why. And then I started yelling. You know, take the schedule or something. And I go down, and they said we can't get past this one area.
Mm-hmm.
So
What happens next?
I tell them they better try, or, we have a deadline.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look very happy, or
So what happens next?
I don't know. I get a phone call.
A phone call?
I get a phone call.
How do you get a phone call?
The phone.
A cell phone?
It's like my boss, I guess. And a project.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's close this scene. Let's close this scene. We're going to move along to another place and time in the same life of significance where we can get some more answers and more clear messages. Tell me, what do you see around you? Be there now. Where are you?
A pond and a boat.
What are you doing? Fishing?
I'm not fishing, but my friend is fishing.
You're with a friend?
Yeah.
Male or female?
Female.
Tell me what's going on. What are you guys doing?
So eating a picnic and fishing or something, and talking.
Anything important?
wondering why I'm not fishing.
What do you tell her?
I think fishing's boring and I don't want to.
And how does she take that?
She's heard it before.
Is this your wife?
No,
Is it someone else?
friend.
Where's your wife at?
Not married.
Huh? Somewhere?
I'm not married.
Are you still the male in who's 40?
No,
Are you a different person now? Do you feel different? Are you male or female?
male.
And how old do you feel?
I'm on 30 or so.
Do you have a name? All right. Is this a good time for me to call in the higher self?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd like to now call upon the higher self of Daniel to come in and speak with us today. Can I call upon the higher self of Daniel? Will Daniel's higher self allow a connection? I'd like to speak with him, speak with Daniel's higher self today. I love, honor, and respect you. Am I able to speak with Daniel's higher self? Will Daniel allow me to speak to his higher self?
Yeah.
Can we call on your higher self, please? I'd like to speak to your higher self now. Thank you. Greetings, higher self.
So,
I thank you. I honor you, love, and respect you. Thank you so much for joining today. I would like to ask some questions for Daniel. Are you able to answer some questions today?
yes.
Thank you. Daniel had some questions today, and I'd like to ask them. But before I do, I'd like to just ask about the scenes that you took him to. Can you tell me, why is it that you took him to the first scene that you took him to in the tunnels where he was a hairy person? Can you tell me what he was? And why is it that you showed him that life?
Showed him that to tell him that there's much that he doesn't know.
Say that again.
I showed him that to tell him that there's much that he does not know.
What was his, what was the name of his, what was he? What kind of being was he?
He was a man.
Just a regular man? He said he was hairy with claws.
Yes, the experiments and had been experimented on.
He was experimented on. Can you elaborate on that?
The community of experiments that had happened in another part of the world that most people don't know about.
What do you mean by that? Most people don't know about.
Beyond the ice wall.
Beyond the ice wall? Are you talking about in Antarctica?
Yes.
Is this a parallel life?
No, it's on the same plane.
What year would this have been?
It's the present.
It's happening now. So what is there another version of him in Antarctica now that's experiencing this? Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying? Does he have a name? He said he thought he had a name.
No, none of them have names.
None of them have names. He said he felt connected to Gore. Is that what he referred to himself as? His identity? Like Igor, maybe, perhaps. Can you tell me, is there anything we could do for him there? Does he need, is there something that he needs to do to help him there? Beyond the wall? Maybe send him love.
No, there's nothing.
So what is the message with that? He says there's a place where he lived and people have company.
There's other ways of living.
Is there a name that they call themselves? That they go by?
No.
Is there a name that the people who are experimenting them on refer to them as?
No.
So who experimented on them?
I do not know.
You don't know that? And what is your name? Do you have a name you go by?
No.
Okay. Okay. Are we able to do a body scan at this time?
No.
Does he need any healing today?
No.
Okay. So I have another question here. You took him to another life. After that life, in the country, he was living in the country as a young male. Can you tell me anything about that life? Why did you show him that life?
To enjoy life.
Beautiful. So he can enjoy life?
Yes.
Beautiful. And then from there, you took him as a life as Sheila. Can you tell me why you took him to that life next?
To show him to do what's in his heart.
Is that what Sheila did?
Yes.
Did it work for her?
Yes.
Beautiful. And then you took him to meet George. Is George his guide?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Is there a message from George for him? I know he would like some direction in life on his path. Is there anything George can let us know?
George says he's on the path already.
Beautiful. So then after that, you took him to a life as Chester Arthur, he said his name was. Is there a reason why you showed him that life?
Yes. Just to keep your feelings and your emotions, to control them. Don't be controlled by them.
Beautiful. Wonderful. I know he'll appreciate that. And then the last one that he got to see was a male, he said in his 40s in the salt mines. Is there a reason why you took him to that life?
To show him leadership and responsibility.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell him about that?
No.
And then lastly, he had a glimpse of a male in his 30s. Is there anything you want to say about that? I know I'm fairly new at this, so I might have taken him too far, but is there anything you want to say about that life?
No.
How is Daniel doing? Is he doing okay?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So now that I got Now that I got all those out of the way, I just got a couple more questions to ask. Is that okay?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate this. Daniel seems to be a little unsure right now what he's supposed to do with his journey for the next year. Can you give him a little guidance or tell him maybe a few pointers or clues what he should be doing with his career?
Open, open your heart. Will come.
Open his heart and it will come.
Yes.
Is he, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just needs to keep going.
Is there anything he should focus on in particular?
Just be more open.
Is he not open enough?
Yes.
I know Daniel wants to know about his relationship and his love life. Is he going to meet his twin flame?
Yes.
Is there anything else you can say about that?
No.
I know Daniel would appreciate it.
Stop searching.
Is it right under his nose?
Will come.
Beautiful. I know he's a little worried about his daughter going away for a year. And as I saw in his past lives, I can see that this is something that has happened in previous past lives. Is there anything you can tell him so that he's not living in fear about losing his daughter? Zawadi, higher self, I would appreciate, I know he would appreciate that.
It's all going to work out.
He has nothing to worry about.
Nothing.
He will see his daughter again.
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, I know he recently got into a little bike accident. Was there a reason for that?
Just to slow down.
He needs to slow down.
Yes.
Was that your way of telling him to slow down?
Yes.
And are you able to tell him what his starseed origin is?
No.
No, he's not ready for that. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Is he on the right path with gematria? I know he's really into the numbers thing. Is he on the right path with that?
I don't think so. No.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Gematria is the number, decoding the numbers.
Distraction.
It's just a distraction? Okay. Can you tell him if he has any spirit animals?
Yes. Sparrow and the deer and
And the what?
monk.
The sparrow, the deer.
The chipmunk.
Anything else?
No.
Should he connect to these animals in nature?
Yes.
Beautiful. Will they bring him messages?
Yes.
Beautiful. I know there's a bird sanctuary in town. Is that something he needs to volunteer at?
Yes.
Okay. So he can connect with the animals?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Does he have any dragons?
Yes.
How many does he have?
3.
Beautiful. Are you able to tell him anything about them?
No.
No? Okay. Does he have any connection to ancient Rome?
No.
No? Okay. And beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. I think there is one more question. He was very curious. He was interested in, I believe it was a comics. Um, they were drinking a druid serum to gain superhuman strength. Can you tell him anything about this? Is there any truth to that? And why would that be something he would think about?
Hmm.
Is it connected to his first life in the experiments? Did he drink something to become superhuman? Is that any connection?
No. Untapped potential.
He's curious if he has any superpowers or what is his human gift. What did he bring here from, from his origin? He's very curious.
You cannot say.
Beautiful. We'll save that one for next time. Do we need to call in any angels at this time? Okay. Well, I want to thank you for speaking with me today. Do you have any messages for me? I know I'm still new at this, so I hope I didn't exhaust him. But is there any messages you would like to say to me?
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. I love, honor, and respect you, and I send you off with love.